Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala, amma ba'du. Then today we're going to start form 4 of the verbs. And just as a quick review, then we have form 1, which is basically fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula, right? And yaf'alu, yaf'ilu, yaf'ulu. Could be any of those, and a combination of them. Form 2, what did we do? We added a shadda to the middle letter, and everything had fathas. So fa'ala, yufa'ilu. In the present tense, we added the ya, right? And we put a dhamma on that ya. And on the second radical, we put a kasra, yufa'ilu. Form 3, we added an alif after the first letter. So fa'ala, right? Yufa'ilu, yufa'ilu, right? Now, form 4, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to form 1, right? And we are going to add an alif with a hamza and put a sukoon on the first letter. Af'ala, af'ala. And in the present tense, we're going to add our present tense letter with a dhamma. Our first letter still has a sukoon, and we get a kasra on our second letter like we have in the last two. Yuf'ilu, af'ala, yuf'ilu, af'ala, yuf'ilu. That just gives us preparation. What we're going to do, the jither today, we're going to do Sin, Lam, Mim. Wazn 4. Right? The type, Sahih Salim. We're still doing Sahih, Sahih Salim. Sorry for the sloppiness, it's harder to write sideways. And the meaning here, al-ma'na, to become a Muslim, to accept Islam. Right? To accept Islam, to become a Muslim, however you want to write it. So, al-madi, the past tense, what are we going to do? We're going to add our alif. And then our letters, our 3 letters, put a sukoon on the first. Fatta, fatta, aslama. We want to make it dual, we add the alif al-ithnain. Aslama. Want to make it plural, we add the waw al-jama' and the alif to protect it. Aslamu. They accepted Islam, men. Then she accepted Islam, aslamat. Or you could say she submitted, right? No problem, right? Aslamata. And aslamna. Aslamta. You. You could ask someone. Mata aslamta. When did you accept Islam? Aslamtuma. You two. Aslamtum. You three or more. Right? Anti. You to a female. Aslamti. Mata aslamti. Ya ukhti. A sister could say that to another sister. Right? Aslamtuma. Aslamtunna. Right? Aslamtu. Someone asks you, Mata aslamta? Say, Aslamtu qabla 10 sinin. I accepted Islam. Aslamtu. Before 10 years. Aslamna. And these two are the same, right? We accepted Islam. That's your Madi. We said we add the Alif with a Hamza. First letter gets a Sukoon. And then Fatahs across the board until we start adding our pronouns, right? Fil Mudari, the present tense. What are we going to do? We're going to add our present tense letter with a Dhamma. First letter gets a Sukoon. Second root letter, a Kasra. And then your Dhamma, right? For being Marfu. Yuslimu. You want to make it dual? You say Yuslimani. Add the Alif Al-Ithnain and the Noon for being Marfu. Then 3 or more. Yuslimuna. Right? Tuslimu. She is accepting Islam. She is submitting. Tuslimu. Tuslimani. Yuslimna. This is not the Noon of Marfu. This is the Noon of Niswa. Yuslimna. Anta tuslimu. Right? Tuslimu. Tuslimani. Just add the Alif Al-Ithnain and Noon for Marfu. Tuslimani. Tuslimuna. Right? Then Anti Tuslimina. We add the Ya al-Mukhataba and the Noon of Marfu. Tuslimina. Tuslimina. And Tuslimani. And Tuslimna. The Noon and Niswa again. Right? Uslimu. Ana. Uslimu. Nuslimu. And these are the same. Nuslimu. Right? As always, just trying to cover it quickly till it gets down. An, lan, idhin, or kate. appears in front of these, the Dhamma becomes a Fatha. The Noon of Marfu gets dropped. Right? If it is Lam or La of Nahiya, the prohibition, and there are more than one type of La, and the In appears, this Dhamma would become a Sukoon. And our Noons of Marfu would be dropped. Right? Our Noon of Marfu would be dropped. These two never ever change because of the Noon and Niswa. The Fil Amr, it's a little bit different here because of what we're adding. Right? It's a little bit different here because of what we're adding. Normally we say we have, oh, I'm sorry, put it in the wrong place. There is no third person nor first person. Normally we say Tuslimu, right? We put a sukoon there and drop our ta. What do we need? Since our scene has a sukoon on it, we would need an alif, which is the case. But normally that alif would be a hamzatul wasl, and it would not be a hamza. It would just be, depending on whatever comes before it or whatever is on this lam, is what vowel it should be. Here in form 4, it's actually a hamza, right? Before we would just add an alif. Here we're actually adding a hamza with a fatha. We say aslim, aslim, right? Aslima. And we'll get practice with that. We're going to do 6 of these. Aslima, aslimu, right? Then aslimi, aslima, and aslimna. Yep. Now comes to the fa'il. How do we get the fa'il? We add mu. Muslim. What is your maf'ul? Muslim. Same thing. We just changed from the kasra here on the second radical to a fatha. Muslim. And your masdar is Islam. Right? That is your masdar on a scale of if'al. Right? Inshallah ta'ala, we'll get more practice. This is form 4. Any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, corrections, put them in the notes below. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.